Here we are, yet again. Stick with me. Stick with me. I am Louise. I am 59-year-old transgender woman from North Manchester. I say it as it is, and I will say it as it is. I've spent the last 9 years transitioning. Right, I've completely transitioned in every single way. I've got nothing else to do transition-wise. What you see is what you get. This is me. This is my life. This is all about me. Me, me, me. Stay with me, because I'm saying it all. Yeah, I've done little bits and bobs on my new channel, and I'm just giving it you straight. I'm just being me. No airs and graces, no fluff, no BS. This is me. Yeah, if you want authenticity, a genuine person, that's what I am. Yeah, this is me. I grew up in North Manchester, left home at 16, joined the British Army, done quite a few years in the British Army from the age of 17 years old, got so many experiences, didn't know what the hell was wrong with me at that time. Well, what was right with me, shall we say. But I was not the same as most other people. I was dealing with these things inside. Yeah. Eventually, I found out after raising kids, raising my own kids in Leicestershire after coming out of the army. That's how I ended up in Leicestershire. 20 odd years down there after living abroad and things like that. And here I find myself in North Manchester in a shitty 1-bedroom, porky, crappy little low-level flat with somebody who lives above me who's completely tone deaf and just makes a ton of noise. I've got a battle going on with my housing, which I've had since Christmas. Yeah. I work, shall we say, in a customer services job, customer service role. I can't say where it is. I never say where I work or any names because I know for a fact I'll just get in the shit for that. So I don't do that. So I have to deal with that as well. Housing, work, and a family that has totally and utterly rejected me. And they'll find a million different fucking excuses. So I'm not being monetized anyway. I find a million different ways to find an excuse to say why they don't speak to me, why they've washed their hands of me. I've got family up here in North Manchester. They don't want to know. I've got my own kids, and my youngest is my youngest is 33. Yeah, down there in Leicestershire. None of them want to know because there's been that much shit stirring. Because oh my god, I'm trans. But they find other excuses to say why they don't talk to me. Now, this is the real me. Like I said, I've done other bits and bobs on my channel. And yes, I'm shooting it in this mode rather than as I would a computer because I'm using my phone. I've got Samsung SE24, is it? And it's a good camera, so I'm using it. Rather than having it the other way, I like this. My analytics say on YouTube Studio that most people watch my videos via mobile. So this is how I'm doing it. I could put the words on as well, and I will do. But I'm just getting this across because this is how it is. This is me. Okay. This is me. This trans woman who started transitioning when she was 50 because she didn't know who she really was. She spent years before that while living in Leicestershire trying to figure out herself. And God knows where I'd have been now if it weren't for finding out myself on the internet, talking to other people on the internet all the years ago, and before I moved back up to Manchester in 2009. Talking to other people about who I am and why I felt like I did, so on and so on. So I've got the internet to thank for that. Yeah. And I don't regret it. One bit. I've been accused of it in the past of it being a phase. This, that, and the other. No, it's not. I've always been trans. Always. Always been the person that I am. And I am not ashamed of it. If you don't like it, you know what to do. This here is my flag. Countries have flags, don't they, that they've always stood by and fought over and things like that. Well, this is my battle. This flag. This is a transgender flag. This represents everybody who is trans. Everybody. Yeah, and there's a lot of categories under this transgender umbrella, which I spoke about before. I am a transsexual because I've medically transitioned in every single way. I'm a woman. A transgender woman. I'm a woman. Yes, I was born a boy. I can say that. I'll never say what my old name is because that name does not exist anymore. The name that I got given by my parents doesn't exist. That person in that form does not exist. I have evolved. I'm a unique, evolved human being. I believe in evolution and progression of the human race, not backwards like most people in society are. They don't want the human race to evolve at all. They want to live in the past days of so-called glory, even though it wasn't and all the rest of it, but I don't believe in that. So I'm getting this off of my chest. I'm saying it as it is. That is why I'm unapologetic. I've given up trying to people please, trying to be accepted by people, especially cis people. The cis person is not a trans person. And a lot of cis people think they have an opinion or a right to judge or stir or criticise or comment about trans people. Well, you know what I do? I criticise, I comment about cis people. How they are so arrogant, rude, obnoxious, and generally bigoted. This is the truth. This is how it is. I'm not saying everybody's like that. I've not said that, have I? But I know for a fact a lot of people are. This is from experience. Yeah, I've come a long way. I love who I am. I love how I am. But a lot of people don't. And that's because of ignorance and pure jealousy. Yeah, so if you want to be part of this clan where you're a genuine person, you don't care about being backward and bigoted, and you're just a sincere, good, kind-hearted, open-minded, genuine person, join. I'm not begging anybody to be a subscriber. That's not what I'm doing this for. I just want my word out there. And like I say, I've put little bits and bobs on the YouTube channel about who I am, what my interests are, and things like that. Because end of the day, I'm just a person. I'm just a human at the end of the day, like anybody else. The only difference is that there's not a lot of trans people about, so we get treated like we're not normal. What is normal? The status quo? Well, it's obvious there's lots of people in society that just live in the gender that they were born in and they were assigned at birth. I don't. And I'll tell you this now, for a fact, I'd have saved myself a lot of trouble if I'd have known what were going on when I was younger. But when I was younger, there was no internet, no mobile phones, no education in schools. Oh my God, it was even against the law to be gay, for God's sake, when I was younger. And I'm not gay, by the way. I'm like kind of pansexual, if you want to look what that means. But as being a trans person is, I have been single now since 2017. I expect I'll probably be single for the rest of my life, and that is just something I have to live with and I have to deal with. Because there's people out there, they can't understand us, they don't get us, and they're so insecure about themselves that, well, they wouldn't really fall into a loving relationship with somebody that is trans, would they? Now, that's not on me. That's on society. That's on people out there for not giving people like us a chance. But for a fact, I don't take any crap anyway. So they'd have to measure up, wouldn't they? But I'm just getting it out there anyway, that this is who I am. This is my story. This is my video. And I'm being unapologetically Louise. Louise unapologetic. This is me. I've gone through a lot. I've sacrificed everything. Why I live in a crappy one-bedroomed flat is because I spent so much money, so much time, so much energy transitioning, paying for surgeries, just trying to get through. And I've mentioned on other videos that you need to go back on why I've ended up in a place like this as well. I hate it for what it is. I'm grateful that I've got a roof over my head, but not grateful for the way that I've been treated by the people that own this. Well, the people that not own it, the people that work for the company that own it, because they're awful. I've been totally treated disrespectfully and believe discriminatory, 100%. But you know, I keep fighting, and I will keep fighting. Just like probably many in my community have to do, because you know what? I've had nothing given to me on a plate. Absolutely nothing. And I swear that on my kids' lives. I've had nothing. What I've got, and it ain't much, I've fought for it. Worked my ass off for it. Because I've had nothing. Even when I was homeless in 2018, I've had nothing. But I'm still here to tell the story. If this is too much for you, if this is too close to the knuckle, if this is not what you want to hear because you want people dancing around on screen and things like that. Yeah, people doing the latest fad like they do on TikTok and things like that. You're not going to get that from me because I'm more authentic, I'm more genuine. I can have a laugh and all the rest of it because, God, I've got a background for it. I deserve. You've got to laugh at yourself for all, haven't you? What I've been through, do you know what I mean? My God, the experiences that I've had, there's not many had the experiences that I've had in my life. I know we've all had them, but mine are unique, aren't they? Growing up in my life as a kid, as a boy, going into the army and experiencing things that I've done in the British Army, like serving in Germany and things like that, and leaving home at 16, and then having so having having kids, bringing up kids and what have you. So I've just been editing this, just in addition to this, and I had another like 5 minutes onto this video, and then realised when I was putting the captions into it, the closed captions, that the bloody mic had gone. So I'm about to get another one. I'm making sure it's working. It ran out. I didn't even know the code. So anyway, it did. So basically, yes, I don't even know where I was up to in the story. So that's an absolute killer, isn't it? But anyway, just getting my story across, weren't I? About who I am and my authenticity. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it at that, because I'm not exactly sure how to continue since, my mic run out. And I just want to say that I'm here for those people that are authentic. I'm here for those people that are not bigoted, that have got open minds, that are forward thinking, that believe in the evolution of the human race, really, and are just genuinely good, nice people. And I know there's people out there like that. Not everybody's a bigot, are they? But I've seemed to have met so many of them in society. But, the negative things, they always seem to overpower from the good things that you have in your life, don't they? Because it's a stronger reaction that you have with something negative, something hurtful, something harmful, rather than things that are good. And when you meet nice people and when they do something nice for you, it's really nice, and you try to think to yourself at the time, I won't forget what that person did or what happened at that moment in time. But when something really bad happens, it tends to overtake you, doesn't it? It causes stress and anxiety and things like that most of the time. And that's the problem. Checking the green light is still on. So yeah, if you want to become part of this clan and like trans people for who they are, because we're just normal people, and that's why I post different things on this this video. We're just normal people with try to have normal lives, but unfortunately many of us are up against it more than most, which is, it's terrible. I think I said on the last one I just recorded that trans people in the United Kingdom at this moment in time, somebody's just done a big survey of 4,000 trans people. I'm like, God, where did they find 4,000 trans people? There's not even that many of us about, but they found 4,000. And 99% of those people that are in this survey and was asked, they believe that due to the media and everything that's happening in this country right now, they feel wary and worried and cautious about the future and about how they feel living in society around other people, just going to the shops and just going to general things. And I feel the same, because of my gender dysphoria that I've been diagnosed with. I feel the same even today. Not many trans people pass. Pass means, look like the gender that you portray to be. And it's difficult because sometimes you think that people are clocking you. And that makes it difficult when you want to go to the shops, going to the toilet in the supermarket, or going to the toilet, in the shopping centre. Like here, we've got in the Arndale Centre here, and the Trafford Centre's not that far away from where I live and things like that. You feel worried about, you feel cautious and paranoid sometimes about going to the toilet and just about going shopping, for God's sake. Because of the media and spewing out so much hatred, I try not to watch the news. I don't read the newspapers. I try not to watch the news. But you've got a mobile phone like I have, and news reports just come on it. And sometimes they catch you out about this, that, and the other. I obviously read about trans news. Trans. When I put the captions in, it always says chance. I don't say chance, do I? I said trans. And it always says that, there's bad stuff. There's a lot of negativity. But Stonewall, thank God bless them, they've just gone, took something to the House of Lords, and now a hate crime is now supposed to be carried forward. It's been voted through in the House of Lords where a hate crime against LGBT people is going to be the same as a hate crime against people that are disabled or people of colour. And it's about time. Now I think it's got to go to House of Parliament, and they should vote it through. They need to do something to protect LGBT people, especially trans people, because we are the ones that are being discriminated against so much in employment, in housing. So I'm going to leave it. I've come back on after losing the voice on the other one, and I'm saying more as I can do. So please, if you want to join this clan, and say it as it is, no airs, no graces, no fluff. Oh no bullshit for me, I'm afraid. So no, my name's Louise. I'm in North Manchester, and I'm a trans woman, and I don't regret it one bit. See you later.